This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 855, How to Live a Life of High Adventure by Krieglstein with markandangel.com. And I'm Justin Wallach, your personal narrator, reading to you every day just like an audiobook, but free of charge. Today's post is from a guest author on Marc and Angel. Robin is the founder and CEO of Goal Tribe, the most advanced goal achievement social network on the planet. And on their blog, Robin explores life-changing ideas colored by stories from his around-the-world travels through 38 countries. Definitely has experience with high adventures, so with that, let's hear his post and start optimizing your life. How to Live a Life of High Adventure by Krieglstein with markandangel.com. I know a little something about living an adventurous life. I've hot air ballooned Kathmandu, glacier trekked Patagonia, gone paragliding in the Andes, slept in a snow shelter at the top of the Rocky Mountains, scuba dived in the tropics, camel trekked the Sahara, rock climbed in Thailand, and been on an African safari. Oh, and I've been skydiving, cliff diving, rafting on Class 5 whitewater, and I was even swept over a waterfall once. Huff huff, you thought I was finished, didn't you? I've also visited 20% of the world's countries and circled the globe twice. I've explored ancient castles, palaces, temples, tombs, catacombs, and labyrinths. I've stayed in 5-star hotels, caves, and desert caravan tents. I've seen the pyramids, Machu Picchu, the Amazon, the African savanna, the Himalayas, the Eiffel Tower, the Acropolis in Athens, and the Taj Mahal. And I have to tell you, it's been extraordinary. It's an absolutely amazing, brilliant, beautiful world out there filled with dazzling wonders that are readily available for you to experience. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be exceptional. If you want to experience it all, you just have to make a decision, set some goals, and make it happen. Here's how. Step 1, discover your vistas of adventure. First, get a clear vision of what the word adventure means to you. Take 30 minutes, put on some inspiring music, get excited, and write down everything that comes to mind when you think about an adventure. What movies inspire you? Indiana Jones? James Bond? The Bourne series? What types of adventures appeal to you? Adventurous sports? Travel? The great outdoors? What specific activities sound like a heart-pounding blast? Bungee jumping? Exploring ancient ruins? Heli-skiing? Skiing areas you can only get to by helicopter? Step 2, choose 5 specific adventure goals. Life is short. Now is the time to get real. Now is the moment to make a commitment to experience the life adventures you want to experience before you die. Choose 5 adventure goals for your brainstorm that you're most excited about. Pick one that you will do within 3 months, one that you will do by the end of the year, one within 2 years, one within 3 years, and one within 5 years. The first 3-month goal should be exciting but reasonable, so it's actually possible to achieve in a short time frame. This one is very important because it'll help you build momentum and faith in yourself. Also, be firm and decide that you will give yourself the gift of an adventurous life. Spend an additional 5 minutes writing out why this is important to you, and then write a formal commitment to yourself and hang it where you'll see it every day. Step 3, learn how to take the first step. Now take your first 3-month goal and figure out what you need to do to make it a reality. One of the most common reasons people don't make their life more exciting and adventurous is that they don't know how to start. But that's okay. You can learn. Search the internet, the library, or talk to people who've done what you're planning to do. Ask questions, make calls, figure out what steps you need to take. There are companies that arrange everything from local rock climbing and whitewater rafting trips to round-the-world multi-month adventures. Also read 25 Ways to Learn How to Do Absolutely Anything for more ideas. Step 4, create a plan for your first adventure. Once you understand the initial steps that are required to embark on your first adventure goal, create a clear plan. Make a detailed list of what actions you need to take and set a date for completing each action so that you'll be off experiencing this first adventure in exactly 3 months from today. Step 5, jump into action immediately. If you're like most people, you've probably just heard the previous 4 steps without actually doing anything. And guess what? You're in danger of finishing this article without ever taking action. Here's how to make sure that doesn't happen. 1. Take action immediately. Yes, right now, start brainstorming your adventure goals. 2. Pick your top 5 goals and then do one more step. 3. Figure out what the logistical first step is towards your first adventure goal. Additional tips on living an adventurous life. Number 1, overcoming your fears is half the fun of adventuring. The adrenaline rush can be exhilarating, and when it passes and you realize you're still standing, you feel a great sense of accomplishment. Remember, most fears are not real. Fear could stand for false experiences appearing real. Fear is also a great way to get people's attention and motivate them to do things. So the media, politicians, companies, and many other organizations spend a lot of time and money trying to make the world seem like a scary place. It's not. Even for people living adventurous lives, disaster rarely strikes. That's why when it does strike, it makes the evening news, because it's rare. Ultimately, the secret to fear is feel the fear and do it anyway. Number 2, whenever you have a choice of activities to do, pick the one that will make for a better story. Number 3, don't have the time? Instead of going to see an action movie, take action in your own life. Instead of sitting in front of the TV, sit on a ski lift. Instead of sleeping in your bed, sleep on a bus on the way to the Grand Canyon. Instead of going out to the park, go out rock climbing. Instead of vacationing at Disneyland, vacation in Thailand. Number 4, don't have the money? International travel is much cheaper than it seems. Just give up a few luxuries and don't try to keep living exactly the same way you do at home. You will keep costs down and have a much more profound experience if you eat what the locals eat, sleep like the locals sleep, and travel like the locals travel. Visit countries that are more affordable than your home country. As for adventure sports, most of them are filled with specialized, expensive gear that you don't need. You need some to be safe, but don't be fooled into a $1,000 shopping spree for a weekend camping trip. Rent, borrow, or go without. Yes, you can. Number 5, for additional advice on doing the impossible, I recommend reading or rereading Marc and Angel's excellent post, How to Walk on Water. Number 6, one last tip from someone who's been there. As your life unfolds with new excitement, experiences, and adventure, you must keep a journal of your experiences. Also take thousands of pictures and lock those precious moments into your memory forever. Someday when you're sitting with your children or grandchildren, you'll be so happy you did. You just listened to the post titled How to Live a Life of High Adventure by Krieglstein with markandangel.com. Marc and Angel have a brand new book available for pre-order. It's called Getting Back to Happy. Definitely check that out. And speaking of books, we do book giveaways to random people on my free weekly newsletter. So if you want to be part of that and show your support for this show, come by oldpodcast.com. But that should do it for this Saturday episode. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll catch you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.